If you would see these visuals of beautiful models walking down the ramp, such lovely, ski and snow slopes, you would perhaps think that this is something which is happening possibly in Switzerland. A fashion show did take place, not in Switzerland, but in Gulmarg in Jammu and Kashmir. The timing of this fashion show has created massive heat for Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah. Now, this fashion show, which took place in Gulmarg at a private property, which the opposition in Jammu and Kashmir, the BJP, alleges is owned by someone who's close to Omar Abdullah. In fact, they say that it is a relative of the Chief Minister. The scantily clad models have heard the sensibilities of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. At least that's the opposition's charge during the holy month of Ramzan. There was alcohol served, and that has also created a lot of problems for the fashion show organizers. Now, after facing massive barrage of attack from the opposition inside the assembly, Chief Minister Omar Abdullah has reacted. He has spoken both on social media and also inside the assembly, and has said that he is going to take action, and he has sought a report to be in fact tabled before him within 24 hours. Who allowed this fashion show? Why were these models, according to the conversation between political parties, why were these models, wearing what they were wearing, and so on and so forth? The organizers have now apologized. They've also taken down the videos of this fashion show from their official handles.
पार्टी के तहत गुलमर्ग में एक 4 रोज का एक इवेंट ऑर्गेनाइज करने की बात हुई थी। कुछ लोगों ने ये कहा कि रमजान के पाक महीने में ये नहीं होना चाहिए था। मैं तो ये मान के चलता हूं कि जो मैंने देखा वहां पर, वो तो रमजान छोड़िए, साल के किसी भी दिन वो नहीं होना चाहिए। लेकिन मैं एक बात यहां क्लियर करना चाहता हूं, हुकूमत की तरफ से इसमें कोई रोल नहीं था। ये प्राइवेट पार्टी थी, उन्होंने प्राइवेटली इस फंक्शन का ऑर्गेनाइजेशन किया, उन्होंने प्राइवेट होटल में इसको रखा और प्राइवेटली अपने इन्विटेशन कार्ड्स बांटे। हुकूमत से कोई इजाजत नहीं मांगी गई, हुकूमत से कोई पैसे नहीं लिए गए।
उमर अब्दुल्ला साहब, मैंने बहुत बार कहा है कि वो बाहर भी झूठ बोलते हैं, हाउस में भी झूठ बोलते हैं। ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? आपके घर के, आपके रिश्तेदारों के इस होटल में इतना बड़ा फंक्शन हो रहा है और आपको नहीं पता। और जिस गुलमर्ग के लिए बड़े आप इंटरेस्टेड रहते हैं, स्कीइंग खेलने के लिए, घूमने के लिए हर वक्त, मुझे लगता है कि ये प्रोग्राम तो आपने ही इनडायरेक्टली ऑर्गेनाइज कराया होगा। और आज जब बात उठी रिलीजियस लोगों से, शायद वहाँ पे मुझे नहीं उस बात की जानकारी, आज आप हाउस को बोल रहे मैं इंक्वायरी करवाऊंगा। इंक्वायरी आप कराएं अपने घर वालों की, अपने रिश्तेदारों की। तो मुझे लगता है कि बार बार गुमराह करना, झूठ बोलना ये छोड़ दें।
He very well knew कि ये इवेंट हो रहा है, तो उमर साहब ऐसी संस्कृति यहाँ प्रमोट करना चाहते हैं। शराब, स्किम्पी क्लोथिंग, ये आपने देखा कितना वल्गर कपड़े पहने थे, एंड वो भी माह रमजान के महीने में ये प्रमोट करना। आप एक मुस्लिम मेजॉरिटी के चीफ मिनिस्टर हैं, यू नीड टू बी मोर सेंसिबल एंड यू नीड टू बी मोर सेंसिटिव।
Is it too much being made out of this, or there should have been, more careful, the organizers, with the kind of local sensitivities that they were dealing with? And, the government, can they just simply get away by saying, we had no idea what is going to happen? Somebody must have given them some sort of permissions. Let me bring in at this moment Ranbir Singh Patania. He's the MLA from the Bharatiya Janata Party from the Udhampur East. We also have Imran Nabi, spokesperson of the National Conference, and Tarun Upadhyay, senior journalist from Jammu and Kashmir, is also joining us. Before I go to my guest, let me bring in my colleague Nazir Masoodi. Nazir, beautiful Gulmarg. I mean, somebody, if we wouldn't have put a caption on this, people would have thought something is happening in Switzerland. But the controversy and the timing of this entire fashion show has really created heat for Omar Abdullah.
Well, clearly this fashion show has gone off the track on the skiing slopes of Gulmarg, which are meant for the skiing, winter sport, and enjoying tourism. Perhaps this was the last thing, anybody was expecting happening in Gulmarg. And now we see this controversy when you have semi-nude pictures viral on the social media. There was reaction from both religious and the political leaders. Chief Minister Omar Abdullah reacting to this in the JNK Assembly today said government has nothing to do with this. And he said it was a private event. They were staying in a private hotel and they have done it. Government has not promoted it. Government has not given any financial support to it. But having said that, how could they all do this? They use drones, they pitch tents and do it in the Gulmarg. Was it without any permission? That is the question. And the opposition, leader of the opposition, Sunil Sharma, he said that, look, the hotel where they were staying belongs to a relative of Omar Abdullah. So how is this possible? He would know. But clearly it's not, something that whatever guest, whoever he will come and stay in the hotel, Omar Abdullah would know who stays in the hotel of his relative. But the question is whether he should know or not. But the fact is someone has to be held accountable. If this was the event happening in Gulmarg, which everybody is now saying, and Chief Minister himself has admitted that it was an event which should not happen, not only in the month of Ramzan, but also any time in the year, because it has actually hurt the sentiments of local people, which is against the cultural values of this place. The organizers have now apologized. They're saying they would be they wanted to promote the this art and this area, but they would be very mindful and respectful to the local sentiment in future. But it doesn't mean the controversy is dying down. We saw this issue rocked the JNK Assembly, and outside the Assembly there were also strong reactions.
Absolutely. We'll have to wait and see what kind of action does the government in fact take, because Nazir, thank you for joining us. Because Omar Abdullah has also said that he will ask for this report within 24 hours, and then of course appropriate action would be taken as far as this case is concerned. Mr. Pathania, let me start with you, sir. I mean, Omar Abdullah is saying, listen, somebody's private property, whether it is related to him or not, that's not the question. The government, in fact, even if they gave the permission, they gave permission to somebody to organize a fashion show. How would they have known what kind of clothes those people would be wearing, what would happen inside the premises of this private property? Is too much being made out of this fashion show, sir, for political gains?
Yes, Ankit, this is double-speak and diabolism of its worst nature. The chief minister, who happens to be the tourism minister, and who happens to be the minister for excise also. So he says that liquor was served, license was given. I do not know. A show was conducted on 7th of March. Today is 10th of March. Just almost 4 days thereafter, he's turning his back and making a lame duck statement. I think he's knuckling under the pressure of some religious leaders of Kashmir also. So this is a regressive politics and a regressive mindset. Kashmir is known for its tolerance, for its coexistence, for its openness, and for its inclusivity. So just succumbing to these religious leaders and certain secessionist know-hows, I think Mr. Omar Abdullah should talk constructive, talk progressive, talk about the politics of Bijli, Pani, Sadak, Roti, Kapda and Makan.
Let me understand this from you. You are saying there is nothing wrong with what has happened as far as this fashion show is concerned. Sir, it's only some religious leaders under their pressure, Mr. Abdullah, is seeking this inquiry. Otherwise, there's nothing wrong. I mean, people can promote their fashion sense anywhere in this country. Is that what you are saying, sir?
Ankit, let me clarify.
Okay.
I think projecting, promoting and showcasing a work of art, that is one part. And taking care of the local and the cultural sensibility, that is another issue. So I said that once a work of art, let's be in a positive and a pragmatic sense. Virtually, this is a work of an art. And this work of art was allowed to be done, wine allowed to be served, and 4 days after he's taking a lame duck stand just to cater to a particular constituency.
Okay, Imran Nabi, Mr. Pathania says that this is double speak, double standards on the part of the government and the chief minister. Now, because there is so much furor, religious leaders are involved, opposition parties are raising questions, the chief minister, after 3 days of this fashion show, suddenly finds it vulgar, doesn't want it to happen in Jammu and Kashmir ever, whether it is Ramzan or any other day. Well, the government would have known that there is a fashion show being organized, liquor license has to be obtained if liquor has to be served. Why is Mr. Abdullah feigning ignorance right now?
No, I mean, there is nothing to be ignorant about. And Chief Minister, what Chief Minister had to say, he said it. I don't want to comment further on it. And I think we don't need to play politics on what Chief Minister has said. But I'm actually surprised with the statement that just came from the BJP spokesperson, that he's calling this as a work of art, this thing that has happened in Gulmarg. I have a similar question to him. Would he allow meat to be sold openly during Navratra festivals? His government in UP banned people from selling mutton and meat during Navratra festivals. So how is it okay? You stop me from having the food that I have been taking forever, and this is okay with you when we have the holiest month in the year, and this was not a work of art, Pathania Sahab. This is a soft porn. This is not even art also. This is something.
But Imran Nabi, while Mr. Pathania will be responding to what you are asking him, but the fact remains, you are equating two governments allowing or disallowing something. It happened under the nose of the current government of Jammu and Kashmir. The government which is led by your party, Omar Abdullah is the leader. So while you say all, while you may question the BJP stand, but the fact is, who allowed this? The government of the day, isn't it?
So that
Yes.
is he himself is an honorable member in the Legislative Assembly, and he has heard what the statement that Chief Minister made on the floor of the Assembly, that there will be an investigation into it. Let us wait; it will just take a day. So we'll all come to know who has organized this, who gave the permission, whether permission was sought. So everything will come out in black and white. But my limited point is that this hypocrisy of BJP, where in one state they stop.
Mr. Pathania, respond to what Imran and Nabi is saying. That do you think that nothing is wrong in this? It is what happened in Gulmarg, and if so, then what is the problem? Like he's pointing out in BJP rule Uttar Pradesh.
Yes, my respectful submission. Mr. Imran he has selected a very, very wrong and a distasteful comparison between two cases, one in UP and other in Kashmir.
Why not?
First of all, at the first outset,
Imran, he was not interrupting you. Let him complete, then I'll give you time to respond. Hold on.
Mr. Imran, please. At the very outset said that there has to be a balance between projecting and showcasing a work of art and hurting a level of sensibilities also. Your relative, your man, your favorite place, a fashion show is being organized, and 4 days after you take up a lame duck stand, you are the tourism minister, you are the excise minister. You see, there are two eventualities. If you don't know, then even things are virtually cynical. And if you know and you don't act, and you act under certain pressure, then again the things are most cynical also. So in both these situations, you are caught in a cleft stick, Mr. Imran.
Okay.
So you need to
Imran, before Imran responds, hold on, sir. Tarun Upadhyay is a senior journalist from Jammu and Kashmir, is joining us at this moment. Mr. Upadhyay, is Omar Abdullah caught in catch-22 as the BJP tries to term it? If he knew and if that happened, then of course it looks bad on him and his government because of the local sensitivities. If he did not, then there is the chief minister and the tourism minister completely clueless what happens in a sensitive state like Jammu and Kashmir.
That's tourism and the excise minister. Two ministries he's holding. Sorry to interrupt.
Hold on, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Ankit, for inviting me. Yes, you are absolutely right that Chief Minister Omar Abdullah is caught in a catch-22 position. But I would just start from this thing. I mean, this old outrage over fashion show is misplaced priority of the certain section of the people in the Kashmir Valley. Why I'm saying so? Just 2 days back, 3 people have died in Bilawar. They were killed by the terrorists. A week ago, in the same Bilawar, on February 7th, 2 people were killed in the same act. There was no outrage. There was no condemnation. All the Kashmir-based parties were just silent, either silent or just very muted response. Why? If the lives of the people are more important than the fashion show which is being held in the Kashmir, which has outraged the sensitivities of the people of certain people of the Kashmir.
Okay.
Secondly, the leader of the opposition, Sunil Sharma, just made a statement that the hotel where this event was organized is a Nido Hotel. Nido Hotel is owned by the relatives of the Omar Abdullah. They're close relatives. So how is it possible? He's right in saying that how is it possible that an event is being held at the Nido Hotel where Omar Abdullah used to go regularly, and he's going there regularly. He's clueless. The point is that Omar Abdullah has come under pressure. The point is that Omar Abdullah doesn't have a clear power right now in the present set of the things. He wants to project himself as a custodian, as a guardian of the Kashmir region. So that is why he's under pressure.
Let Mr. Nabi respond to that. Mr. Nabi, hold on, sir. I'll come back to you, sir. Hold on to that thought, because I also believe one thing. You may have your relative run a hotel. That doesn't mean that he has to give you a daily one-to-one update on what he's going to do in his private property. But Mr. Nabi, the fact also remains exactly what Mr. Upadhyay is pointing out. Is this a case of misplaced priorities? 7th, this happened. If the Chief Minister did not know about it in a sensitive state like Jammu and Kashmir, if he doesn't know what's going on, who's been given permission to do what, then it's a problem. And if he does in 3 days and he still allowed it to happen, then it creates another problem for Mr. Omar Abdullah and his image.
No, I think first I need to answer what Mr. Tarun just said. He made a very serious allegation about the government's statement on the recent unfortunate killings in Bilawar. Mr. Tarun Upadhyay must, sir, with due respects, I think you are not watching the political sphere closely. Our Chief Minister has made a strong statement in this on the floor of the Assembly, condemning the killings. And as you are aware, as you must be aware, that this domain doesn't come under the purview of the Honorable CM. This is the law and order situation comes under the LG administration. So the onus lies on LG Saab to put some light on this. And sorry to interrupt you. Sorry to remind your memory. There was a similar case in Sopar. You were talking about whether there was same kind of furore on the killings. Has any BJP leader condemned the killing of a Sopor truck driver who was shot dead while he was on? But
Mr. Nabi, very quickly respond to what I asked you, sir. Respond to what I asked you, sir. Is it the case of misplaced priorities? Just under pressure, Mr. Abdullah starts to speak on this. The government should be focusing along with the LG on the security situation, not in fact sitting and standing in the assembly because some religious leaders and opposition leaders are speaking about a fashion show. That becomes the top priority for the government.
No, it is not under pressure. I mean, even Umar Saab is a practicing Muslim, and he also knows this, and we also know this, that this particular show, we have never seen such a show in Kashmir. I mean, I'm 43 years old, and never in my life I have seen such a show in Kashmir happening, where scantily clad men and women are out in the open. I mean, and in the most holiest month of Ramzan, and at least you have to respect the sentiments of local people.
Absolutely. What is wrong, Mr. Pathania, if there are people, those who are asserting their right that if you are doing a show in Jammu and Kashmir, then the sensitivities of the local people have to be kept in mind. What is wrong in that? And for the opposition, I mean, is this what you want the government to answer rather than on the security situation? Because you also know the LG would also be questioned if you ask questions about the security situation.
Yes, Ankit, I started the leg of my argument that we have full respect for the local sensibilities. We don't want to hurt anybody. But the way National Conference and particularly Omar Saab have tried to digress, the way they have tried to distract, the way they have tried to deviate. So this is absolutely worth condemning. The way he's tried to put it out, I think this is the one thing which is totally out of time and place. This is totally unwarranted, unjustified. The way you want to run with hares and hunt with hounds also. This is my specific charge against National
But Mr. Pathania, I mean, then you are in fact getting trapped in, if Umar Abdullah and the NC is trying to in fact distract you, then your leaders coming out and making allegations are getting into that trap. I'll have to leave it there. Too much furore over a fashion show in Jammu and Kashmir, whether it is anywhere, of course, these kind of events that take place, local sensitivities have to be kept in mind. But can the government, any government, be so trigger happy that some people start calling it out and only then you decide that this is against the local sensitivities, till that everything is fine? That remains a big question. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me at this moment.